Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Claire and this is Sweet Bliss Yoga. Today I'm going to show you some stretches and exercises for your feet. We don't often pay much attention to our feet, but they definitely need some attention, so here we go. If you have a chair to hang on to, you can try that, or you can hold on to a piece of furniture or a wall, or just try balancing on your own if you like. So we're going to start with our feet parallel. And we're just going to kind of go through a range of motion. Take your right foot, lift your right heel up, roll over your toes, stretching the top of your foot, coming back onto your toes and bring your heel down. We'll do that two more times. Up on the ball of your foot, stretching the top of your foot, back to the ball of your foot and your heel down. One more time, ball of your foot, stretching over the top, and bring back down to your heel. And we'll do the other side, lifting up your left heel, rolling over your toes, stretch the top of your foot, ball of your foot, take it back down, lift your heel up, roll over the top, ball of your foot, heel back down, stretching the top of your foot again, ball of your foot, and heel back down. Now we'll lift up onto our tippy toes, hold, and release back down. Lift up onto your toes, hold, and release back down. Keep your toes spread out wide when you do this. Lifting up and coming back down. Now let's take some ankle rotations, just rolling your foot all the way around in one direction a few times, and then take it the other way. Got a little pop in mine. And move to your other foot, rolling your ankles, one ankle at a time, please. And going in the other direction. Feet parallel again. We'll take a deeper stretch on the top of your foot now. So take the tops of your toes on the mat, stretching the front of your foot, and you can bend into that left knee, intensifying that stretch, pressing the top of your right foot into the mat. You should feel a really nice stretch over the top of your foot. And release. Do that a couple more times. Bending and stretching. And release. One more time on that side. Bending, stretching that front of your foot. And release. Let's take the other side. Tops of the toes down. Bend your right knee, stretching the front of your left foot. Release that. And again, bending, stretching the front of that left foot. And release. One more time. You see why I'm hanging under furniture, right? Don't want to topple over. And release. Now, kind of taking your weight into your heels, just lift your toes up and place them back down on the mat. Lifting your toes up, see how much of the front of your foot you can get off the mat. And then replacing all your toes back down, spread wide. Lifting your toes off the mat. And releasing down. Now we'll take the right foot behind us, stretching out that calf. Pressing into your heel. Bending into your left leg. Now you can bend and straighten your right knee a little bit just to change the feeling of the stretch. You can do that a few times. Don't want to lock your knee. You want to keep your knee loose here. Just bending and stretching. You should feel the really nice stretch in your calf. And we'll make our way to the other side. Left foot back. Pressing your heel into the mat. Bending and stretching that left leg. Getting into that calf. Now let's take our feet wide and pressing into the outer part of our feet. Feet should be parallel, pressing into the outer part of the feet. Standing up nice and tall. Keep pressing. This is really good for strengthening your ankles. And if you'd like, you can lean your torso forward and take it into a forward fold. Keep pressing into those feet. I feel it all the way up the sides of like my shin part of my legs. And coming back up. Now, point your feet at a 45-degree angle. We're going to come into a goddess squat pose here. And if you need a chair or furniture, make sure you're close by so you can hang on for balance. Otherwise, you can just keep your core tight, try to stay balanced here. We're going to lift our heels up and down a few times. So lifting your heels up, balancing, bring your heels back down, lift your heels up, bring them back down, lift your heels up and back down. Now lift your toes up as much as you can, bring them back down, toes up, and bring them down. Bring your toes up and bring them down. Now you can adjust your feet. You can heel toe them in a little bit if you'd like to. We're going to take a yogic squat here. Your heels want to stay on the ground if possible. And your feet should be pointed again out towards the side, about a 45-degree angle. Hips sinking down in between your hips. Elbows pressing into your knees. Your hands can be together in front of your heart. Keeping your spine long. You're pressing your feet into the mat. Make sure you're breathing. Take a nice inhale and an exhale, in and out through the nose. And let's make our way to a toe squat. This pose can be very difficult for people. It's taken me a while to be able to hold this for any amount of time. So you're tucking your toes. Your legs are about around hip width apart, and you want to sit your hips back on your heels. Now, if this is way too intense for you, the way that I practiced until I could sit up onto my heels this way is I would just put my hands on the ground in front of me until I could make my way into the full posture. This is a very intense pose for many of us. So just breathing into your toes. And we'll go ahead and release that. Tap the tops of your feet on your mat. You might feel some tingling. Now keep your tops of your feet on the mat and sit back on your heels. And you can try this one leg at a time, or you can try both at a time. And you're just going to lean back a little bit, use your hands for support, and just lift your knees up to the point where you can feel a nice stretch on the tops of your feet. And release back down. Come into a seated position. And either foot in front, you're going to take your fingers and you're going to lace your fingers in between your toes like you're holding someone's hand. And then once your fingers are in between your toes, I have my thumb on the outside of my big toe here. You can give it a nice squeeze. Really, massaging your fingers in between your toes so that you can separate your toes. And you can rotate your ankle one way and then the other. Opening up your fingers wide to stretch your toes out. And release that side. Let's do the other side. Holding hands with your right foot, left hand. Squeezing. And rotating your ankles one way and then the other. Now place the feet together and then you can open your feet like a book. Massaging any part of your feet that feels tight. Giving your feet some love. All right. Thank you for practicing some foot yoga with me. Thank you for taking the time out to take care of your body. I really appreciate you visiting my channel, Sweet Bliss Yoga. Please share with your friends so that we can grow my channel and share yoga love with everybody. I hope that you practice with me again soon. And if you could like this video, subscribe to my channel, make a comment below. I would really, truly appreciate it. Thank you so much for being here with me today. Namaste.